Anthony, hello, how are you? Jorgen, how are you? Hey, Andy, how you doing? Dennis, how are you? Good to see you. I'm doing good. Bob's in the house. How you doing, Bob? If you guys will bear with me a minute, I'm going to show a video. It's Flashback Friday. I'm going to go back to Farm Sim 13 and show you the first episode I ever broadcast of Idaho, the map in Farm Sim 13, and we're going to watch it, and I'm going to comment on it if I dare to. But I want to wait for a few more people to come on. Hey, Randall, and then I'll start the video. It's kind of short. It's only about 40 minutes, but there is a surprise video right behind it. It's about 10 minutes long, and it was probably one of the funniest, in my opinion, videos I ever did because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Hey, Miss Nelson, how are you? So yeah, it was a compilation, and I'll talk about it a little more when I show it. But the gist is because you won't know what the hell's going on. I was recording an episode of Idaho, and everything in the video was going wrong. My equipment, I was using Courseplay, and as you guys know, I use Courseplay quite a bit in my farming career over the years. And back then, I was just learning how to use it properly. Bob, I don't. I was going to buy it this afternoon. I keep forgetting. But I'm going to get it this afternoon. The DLC is what he's talking about. But anyway, with this episode, everything was going wrong. And so what I did was I finished the episode, and I thought, there's so much stuff, because my wife was sitting behind me at the time, and she says, my God, does crazy things like this happen every time you play the game? And I said, well, yeah, kind of. And she said, you need to make a video about that, just the bloopers or something. And I said, well, they really weren't bloopers. They were just stuff going wrong with the game. So what I did was I cut that up and I wrote a little story to go with it. And that's what you're going to see after this first episode. So when the first episode is done, don't go away. Right behind it is another little short video. But I'm going to give it a minute or two and make sure everybody gets here that's going to come in. Since it's not really a live stream of me playing the game, it's just a movie. And when I went out the other day to look for a movie, and I just decided, okay, I'll tell you what, let me just start with episode number 1. And I really, really had to think before I did this. There's Scorpion. I kind of had to really think about it. I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. And after this airing, I may not want to ever do another one. So we'll see. While I'm waiting here, I have a pretty heavy sweater on and it's warming up in this room. We had a little bit warmer weather today than we've had in the last couple of weeks, so I'm getting a little warm. Just fell over a case of 7-Up. All right. Oh, was it Friday the 13th? By God, it is, isn't it? Oh, I should be playing a scary game or something. I didn't realize. Jonathan's in the house. Okay, guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time waiting for other people to come in, so I'll go ahead and start it here in a second, and then see if I've got anything to say. It might be so bad that I'm just going to clam up, so we'll see. Ask any questions you want. server problems? I don't have any. Are you having server problems, Bob? All right, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Like I said, it's only about a 40-minute video, so don't expect a real long live stream today. Unless I do another one this afternoon. I didn't realize it was Friday the 13th. I might do a horror one this afternoon. And I mean a scary horror one. So, here we go. I'll get this show started here. Alrighty. So this is first episode. Welcome to Idaho. This is a map that I have been recently playing, and I haven't played it very much, only enough to get a flavor of it, but I really like it so far. And so I thought I would share that with you and start a little Let's Play. Well, you can hear all the background music. This farm comes with, there's actually two farms. There's the main farm that you do your grain work. Then there's an older farm that you can do the chickens, beef, sheep, pigs. So that's interesting. Now the storage of these farms is separate, and that means that you can either play two different farms in a single player game, or if you're playing with a friend, one can take one farm, one can take another. And one of the other interesting things about this map is the way the silos work. In the main farm, where your grain goes, you have one dumping point, or emptying point. And so whatever grain you have, you pull up and you put it into the silos. When you come back to take the grain out of the silos, again, there's only one loading point. And you look at your menu and you tell the menu what you want. Do you want barley? Do you want wheat? Do you want whatever? And that's what you get loaded. That's really interesting. Okay, I'm going to pause it once in a while. I wasn't going to do this, but you can ask anybody that's ever watched me. I never shut up. So I thought when I played this, I thought, well, how am I going to input information or my reaction to this if I never shut up? So I decided, well, maybe I'll pause it. But if you notice, this is early on. I never played Farm Sim, before Farm Sim 13. And I didn't even know there were other farming sim games. So this is my first experience. And so here I am explaining to people that when you dump corn and soybeans and sugar beets and potatoes into your silos, that somehow the silo magically knows and keeps them all separated. And that when you pull a truck under there, you're only going to get what you want. And at that time, you heard me talking about it. I said, it's a little strange that. And I must have thought it was important to explain it to you, how it worked. And the funny part is, I've actually used that when people accuse me of doing something that isn't realistic. And I will explain what I just explained on my very first episode, that of course it's not realistic, it's a game. How else could you dump sugar beets and potatoes and corn and wheat and barley into a silo and it's all magically kept separated? So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. Other thing to note, can you hear my voice? I was using a cheap headset, a very cheap headset. I didn't have a special microphone, and I can hear, and I didn't realize this, I can hear my clock, my grandfather clock, going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock every time I speak. Now, when I'm not speaking, you don't hear anything at all. It's weird. Anyway, let's go on. Now, also on this map, There's 5 sell points for grain, 2 for potatoes, and 1 for sugar beets. All of these are marked on your PDA. You sell the pigs, wool, and at the Bassett auction. Beef is sold at the Pamplona slaughterhouse. You can sell manure at the garden centers, eggs at the supermarket, and you can sell the silage, or you can purchase manure, grass, and silage from the BGA. And there's a repair shop and also a car wash. And I don't have a lot of equipment that needs a car wash. I may have to find some that get some of the equipment that gets dirty. Just a side note, I've kind of heard through the grapevine that with the new version of Farming Simulator 2015, they're going to incorporate dirty equipment. So that'll be interesting. All right, let's just get this party started. And first of all, we're going to take a look around the farm. Slow time down because I don't want to waste any. Let's look around the farm and see what kind of equipment that we have with this farm. And to start off, we have the Doots Agri-Farm, which is your all-around front loader, handy-dandy little run-around tractor that does everything. Okay, at this point, I don't believe that I even knew what a mod was. When I first started playing, I just played with vanilla stuff, except for later on you're going to see where I start using Courseplay. Like we've got a couple of small trailers, dippers, and we have an old Doots combine. We have another Doots tractor, the Agritron K420. We have a small work tractor, the Argon. That piece of equipment beside it is either, I think that's a hay blower. We'll have to try that out. It's going to be a little while before we get into animals. That looks like a milking station, so this must be the dairy farm. Yeah, the graphics are different, aren't they? We've got your framers that pretty much come with every farm, it seems like. And this particular farm is the old livestock farm. So we're now at a different farm. If we look at the map, we are, whoops, let's see. Yes, we're clear over in the east. And the other farm is, let's see. Now wait a minute. Do we still have a PDA? Because this is a PDA. This would be like your cell phone. That's weird. The PDA. Good times, huh? Yeah, somebody mentioned my voice. You got to remember I'm a lot younger then. I don't have enough air in my lungs to be that deep anymore. West. So we've got the 2 Kramers. And like that, maybe that's what we have for equipment. Now, they mentioned that everything was on the PDA, so if we look at the PDA, it does look like they've pretty much shown where everything's at. That's interesting. Good deal. And also, let's take a quick look while we're looking around at the fields. Now, if you notice that there are some small fields, but there's some very large fields. And we happen to own, at the start of the game, field 1, 13, 10, 7 and 8, 24, 35, 16, and 18. Now, if I'm not mistaken, 16 and 18 look like maybe they're grass lots. So we start off with some pretty good sized fields. And the other interesting thing about some of these maps, and this one I think is one of them, if you look at some of these other fields that are planted or seeded and are ready to harvest, we don't own them, but they allow you to harvest them. So we can harvest these, and then at a later date we'll have to purchase them if we want to plant more seed on them. crops. But is that right? I don't remember that. I might remember that because it seems like I mentioned it when FS19 came out. Like, oh, we can't steal the neighbor's crops anymore. And so maybe I'm just getting forgetful, but I think what I just said was you're able to steal your neighbor's crops. If I remember, is that right, Scorpion? Do you remember? Or any of you guys that were playing 2013? We have the ability to harvest those, so we're going to harvest those and and sell that grain and make a little bit of money so we can buy some new equipment. Because of the size of these fields, that little combine is going to take a long time to harvest these fields. So with that, we've got some fields to start harvesting. Let's get our combine. Get it started. Yeah, the graphics have gotten much better, haven't they? Now you have to head out to the field. You have to remember, back in these days, I didn't know anything about the game, so here I am explaining everything. Like, I'm kind of explaining it to myself, and you're witnessing it, kind of, because I some of you guys probably played the game before I did. And which field should we start with? Yeah, there's some interesting things about this map that I haven't seen on some other maps, like that common silo over there, where you have one dump point and one load point. I said dump. And let's just start. Let's see, which field is this one. This is field number 7, and it's a good place as any to start. And it did look like we already had some grain in the silos already, so we do have some ready to sell. This is fun, seeing this old map again. Yeah, this was one of my favorite maps. It wasn't my first one. Lower the header and off we go. I did play before this one came out. Before I started playing Idaho, I did play some of the original maps. And I can't remember if I recorded them. I think I did. So I do have videos that are older than this one. Look at that lightning speed, man. Look how large the icons are. You got that great big icon of a wheat stock. Okay, I've noticed something. This is one of those maps where the fields aren't exactly square, if you will. I think it may be prudent to create a course. We're going to end up going crooked. Yeah, see, we've already started out kind of crooked. Alright, so let's create a harvesting course here. Let's calculate the field. We want to do field work. Calculate the field. Okay, this is weird. I don't remember having mods this early. Number 7. So I must have played before this. Because obviously when I first started playing, I didn't know anything about mods. This piece of equipment is 5.4 meters. Not very wide. We are in the northeast west corner of the field. And we're going to be starting off in the southerly direction. Activate that. And we're going to save this course as Harvest Field 7. And we're going to have to change this course later on. Well, actually, we won't. All we'll have to do is adjust the header size. So let's go ahead and save this. And start this show over. Yeah, I believe it or not, I filmed this at 720p. I didn't remember that either. Because it seemed like, I think I've got, some videos that are older than this. Not very many, I don't think. But even if I'm mistaken, 720, I started out at 720p. I thought I started at like 340. Look at this old equipment. Isn't it cool? Some of those tractors look really old.
Here we go.
And now with the new DLC, there's an electric
tractor.
Tractor.
And as I said earlier, we're definitely going to have to buy more equipment. This is not going to be enough.
All right. So did you notice that I had to physically start the tractor? I think that's a mod too. I may be mistaken. I might have had mods from the get-go. And that very well could be, because I played, before I even started recording, I was playing games like Skyrim, where modding was the big thing. So I'm just confused. I thought that I probably started off from the get-go using mods.
Oh. There's a weight. Let's pick up that weight. Doesn't look very heavy. We might have to get a bigger weight. It'll do for now.
Who bothers with weights anymore? I don't know if I've bought a weight forever.
Yeah, I'm anxious to try some of the Massey Fergusons. I haven't drove any of those yet. I want to try a Massey Ferguson Harvester. I've been using the John Deere's quite a little bit, so maybe it's time to switch over. Maybe we'll get a couple of the international or the Case combines. They've got the really wide head.
Okay, I need to mention, because we've discussed this many times over the years, that the performance, the graphical performance in Farm Sim has never been very good. And even back here when I did this, I had a high performance computer. I've never had a cheap computer. I've always had very high, as high a performance as I can get on a PC. I don't waste money on PCs. I buy the best I can get at the time. Now, if you watch this video, this is not a YouTube video. You're watching my raw footage, and you can see that the graphics, when a tractor's moving or turning, graphics aren't very good. And this game's always kind of been like this.
All right, we want to hit this a little bit straighter because we've got to get that other trailer hooked up. These hooking up two trailers can be a little tricky. All right, want to get a straight shot back.
Well, if anybody can do it, I can do it.
There we go. And then switch to the front trailer. And let's head back out to the field.
Woohoo! Success. Now, see what I mean? When you change the view by turning, it gets I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of foggy or out of focus. This game has always been like
Yeah,
that.
as you can see, it's going to take a while, that little combine, to do any kind of work on this field. Where did he go? Oh, he's still just barely getting to the end. Go, man, go. Our little worker's just working up a storm.
Yeah, well, it wasn't this early in the game that I started
There goes the milk
asking
truck.
questions. I think it was
Making
when
his rounds.
2015 came out that I started asking questions. Why does this game
Where
look
does he
so
unload?
bad?
Or,
And
well, actually,
that's
he's gonna
when
load
I started
from the dairy
complaining
farm.
about it.
Of course, there's nothing there
And
yet. We don't
I
have any
actually sent a email to Giant
cattle. Yeah.
and asked,
Okay,
why
looks
is
like
this
he-
game? I gave them the
his
specifics of
point
my
right
computer,
there.
the stats, and all of that stuff to show them. I've got a very good computer. Why
That's
does
his
this
fill point
game
right
not
here.
play that good? And that's when they sent me an email back and said, well, the game
makes sense.
is not designed
milking machine
for
is right
high-performance computers. And we are
Cool.
aware of that, and we're trying to do something about it. But we wanted to make
Better get
sure
this thing going here.
that even if you
All
had
right,
a low-end
let's,
computer, you
go
could
up there
play
a little
this
bit.
game. Now, that made sense to me, that they're
we're gonna do
optimizing it
combine,
for a medium,
Offload.
statted computer,
Start
so that it
course.
would play on low and medium
And I'm going to make use of
and high-end
overloaders
computers.
in this game.
Hey,
I've
Pistol
yet
Pete.
to use those. Usually I just set up a course and have a tractor trailer haul everything to the silos, but I'm gonna try to do some overloader work, because I've not done that before, and try to reduce some of the trips to the silos from the fields, because these fields are pretty good size, and some of them are quite a long ways away.
Okay, so a little bit of talk towards the future. If this is something that people enjoy, because I really had my doubts about doing this. I've seen other people do it, and I always thought, oh crap, they just can't think of anything new, so they're just going to play their old stuff. Well, it does become a question, because I can't tell you how many people will say, hey, you should play this game or you should play that game. And I said, what? I have a whole series on those games. So people aren't going back and looking at my archives. And so I can understand why some YouTubers will go back and show some of their old stuff. Now, I have my doubts about it. If this is something that people like to see, I can't wait to get to some of the episodes in the early part of this game where I really started using course play. Because there's one where I did a tutorial on how to do course play in your BGA and using the front end loader and loading trucks and all that kind of stuff, where you had to reverse the vehicle and stuff. And so that might be kind of fun to watch.
Going to conserve some fuel. Okay, so this is a tip
The
point.
little squares, bright
And
orange
it's a single
too.
tip point, like we said before. You drop all your grains in there, and there's the pickup point there. And again, you'll pick up whatever it is you want to haul. Stop it right here. Save the course. And we're going to save this as what should we call it?
No singing in the video.
Yeah, we'll just call it for now. Field 7. Okay.
Hey,
Now
John.
set up.
Hauling
And
hay.
let's drive
You're
course.
hauling hay in real life?
Wait for combine to go by.
Is that what you mean? Now, if you notice, I'm using the vanilla equipment. I don't know if people weren't making vehicles back then or not. Now, somebody mentioned something about John Deere.
Okay,
So
tractor. Farmhand.
I'm not
You
sure.
there. Let me see that combine. Go, man, go.
Go mango.
Look
Does
at
he
the
say
green.
mango?
Anytime now. All right, we're gonna have to give him a gentle nudge.
John's a working man. Are you watching on your phone, John? Oh, did I? Did I say that, Scorpion? Oh, I missed that part. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little bit nervous about even doing this.
Okay, now while he's doing that, let's take a look at some of the. Now we've looked at the tractors, but let's take a look at what kind of equipment we own. Okay, so we own 2 Kramers, an Argon, a couple of Dutes tractors, front loader equipment, 1 combine, 1 header, 2 tippers,
And a partridge in a pear tree.
a Lemken Crystal 9 cultivator, which is only 3 meters wide. That's gonna be. We're gonna have to trade that up. And we have the
No kidding, 3 meters. That'd take all day.
Potlinger plow. I'm gonna sell that. I don't know what I'm gonna need it for in the near future, and I could use the 10 grand. So let's sell that. We have the Porsche Express 3-point seed drill. And again, it's only 3 meters. We're gonna need
Yeah,
something
look at
wider
that
than
old
that.
equipment.
And this is that piece of equipment I was curious about. And let's see, it's an all fodder straw blower and feeder. So
Hey,
you
look
put
at that.
wrapped hay and grass in this, and it must blow it out to the animals.
I don't think I've ever
Interesting.
used
I've never
that.
used that before.
Yeah, I
only
just
have
said
one
so.
weight. So
This
we
guy
don't
sounds
have
just like me.
a fair amount of equipment, but we do need to upgrade it, and we need to upgrade it in a hurry.
I knew there's
I don't know
something I
why
didn't
I'm
like
gonna
about this
need
guy.
those. I'm gonna sell one of those, and we'll keep the other one as a place marker for that farm.
Look at that old equipment, though.
so
Look at
we
that old
can,
Kramer.
jump back and forth.
I actually had a mod
Okay,
set
give us
of
a
really,
little bit of
really
money.
ancient equipment. And I was doing a series. I don't think it lasted very long. But I was doing a series where I was using really old equipment, like a plow that was like
And
just
a little
one
bit
time
of
behind
wheat.
the tractor. And
Oh, wait a minute, missed a trailer there.
that's kind of scary. I think like this guy.
Wonder if he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna go back. Gonna drove right past that. No, he's not. But he emptied the combine. That combine doesn't hold a whole lot, does it?
It probably holds a realistic.
Yeah, I don't want to
amount.
miss out on this straw, so I'm gonna have to buy. Oh, let's take a look and see if we have a loan out. I haven't checked that out yet.
A loan.
Oh, sorry. Let's go to the bank.
This was back in the days where I couldn't
Go
cheat
to
money
the
in.
bank. Talk to
A
our bank.
loan. Remember the Bank of Hagenstedt?
Yes, we do. We owe 100,000 already. Pretty common for the start of a new game.
Did I say a noob
So
game?
we start off in debt. We do have a
think I
little
said
bit
new
of
game.
product that we can sell. that
Enunciate.
maybe
You
will
need to
offset some of
enunciate.
that.
I think this is before I got a dictionary
And
that
let's
learned what
see.
enunciate meant.
To do some straw, I'm going to need a forage wagon. I'm going to need,
Hey, Errol.
unless I want to do it all by hand, I'm going to need a windrower. Let's see what we have for those kinds of equipment. How much
Errol,
they're
are you
gonna
hauling
cost.
hay? I kind of missed the PDA.
Okay, I like this big crone. I don't know. Well, obviously, I can't afford it unless I get a loan. I
Oh,
can start off with a
yeah.
small
I was just
one,
wondering if you were helping him.
but the problem is,
Oh,
it's
so
not a problem.
Errol's doing nothing and John's
If
doing
I
all
buy
the work.
one of these,
What?
I'm just going to upgrade it later on. I'd like to get the one I need right away. Now I have to think about that. And then we're going to need a loading wagon. And it's the same thing. We've got...
Nothing. So, that's funny.
the cheapest one is $90,000.
John catches Errol
The big one.
doing nothing on a live stream. Because he just come in and
big
said,
one's
"Oh, I'm so busy hauling
119.
hay." Where's
It's
Errol?
not that much difference. You're talking 20 grand.
I'm just teasing Errol.
What
If I
difference
was
does
you,
that
I'd be
make?
doing. I
We've
wouldn't be
got,
doing anything either.
44,000 versus 53,000. Well, we can start off with the small one. Okay, so we need 90.
Is this guy still talking?
there.
Jeez, come on.
And if we get
Choose a piece of equipment and
that
get
one's
on with it.
19 meters, that one's 12 meters. Okay, so and that one cost 51,000. Okay. So we're going to need about 140,000.
You know, in actuality,
All that much. Let's take a look.
even that's
again.
a cheap Logitech headset,
Let's
a very cheap one.
pop that up to 2.
Because I didn't have any equipment back then. I had a decent computer.
Take out
but
a loan.
I just started making videos, so at this time, and you can tell from the introduction to the game, the splash screen, I was using
You know what?
the free program that comes with
I'm
Windows.
gonna get the Chrome.
That's how I was
Heck with it.
recording with
We'll get-
whatever
we'll-
that
we'll start
name of
selling
that
stuff
program
soon
is
enough.
that comes with Windows.
All right,
I didn't
so
know- I didn't
that,
know.
And then we need to buy
In actuality, that microphone doesn't sound all that bad.
119. That's gonna take every penny we have.
Sounds like
Whoops.
the government.
Too late. We're gonna have to probably sell stuff right away. I mean, right away. Ugh, it's starting out dead. But that's just me. Okay, so priorities. First priority, harvest some crop. Second priority, sell said crop. Third priority, need
Hey,
new-
Tellerin, how are you?
bigger combine.
Bigger combine. I definitely can use a bigger combine. Now, I don't know if you were following that conversation, but this is the Rude Man we're watching. And he's talking about making a priority list. Number 1, do this. Number 2, do that. Number 3, do... Now, nowadays, I have to have you guys remind me of what it was I said I was going to do in the last episode because I can't remember. How many times have you heard me say, oh, God, hang on, I got to write that down or I'll forget. And here's this guy that has a priority list. That's not quite right.
This misses that first trailer. So that's a good start. Those few things. We'll have to. It's all going to take time. But as soon as we get a little bit of this going, I'll go out and we'll take a tour of this map. It's actually a pretty good sized map. As you can tell, some of the fields are big. I mean, look at the size of this field here. Okay, take a quick look, and then let's look at the map. Now, that doesn't look very big on the map, But when you look at that field, it looks pretty good size. So imagine what some of these are like. The size of these fields. You know, even these up here. Now, this one and these that I own are pretty good size. Compared to that, look again. How much crop is on that. And this is a small field.
What field am I on? I
So,
can't remember.
We're going to be able to get the crops off these big fields here and here and here and here. We're going to be able to get all of those even though we don't own them. That's going to give us some
'cause
seed
we're
money
thieves.
to get
You do it in the
started
middle
and
of the
buy some
night.
new equipment and really get this farm going.
I missed that about this farm sim. Well, you could steal your neighbor's crops. That was cool.
I want to build some money up, some things I want to do. In Farming Simulator, I've never been real big on doing the animal husbandry. I haven't done a lot of growing of cattle and things like that. And of course,
Yeah, I wasn't very good at doing wifely duties either.
in the vanilla game, you don't have
Not just animal husbandry.
pigs, and you don't have beef that you can slaughter. But that's going to be interesting, and I want to get into that. I have in other games gotten pretty good or pretty big into the biogas, but not to create silage for feeding animals. Yeah, I've just done it for.
Well, now wait a minute. Weren't we talking about a mod that you could lease property? Isn't there a mod like that? I remember downloading one. Now I'm talking about FS19 now.
For selling to make money. So, you know, I would harvest corn and grass and create silage and sell it. So I want to do some animal husbandry in this game. That'll be fun for me, and hopefully for you as well.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Now, in the little bit that I have played this game, there you do have to watch some of these fields. In this one, you can see I'm going back and forth lengthways. When I do the seeding, I may have to go widthways because I've noticed that the seeders will get caught on some of those trees. What, honey? What? Okay, get out of here. I can finish this recording.
What the hell was that? I bet that was my little one. She's getting big now. She's 12 years old now. She was probably only about 4 or 5 back then. Yeah, that had to be her. But now we're playing the waiting game.
Let's take a look at what some of those fields are growing. Okay, it looks like a pretty wide variety. The ones I'm concerned about are any that are growing the potatoes or the sugar beets, because we don't have a harvester for sugar beets or potatoes, and they are very expensive pieces of equipment.
Just cheat the money in.
So, let's see, we've got barley.
Guess I couldn't
Always
do that
have a
back
hard
then.
time telling the difference between potatoes and sugar beets. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm thinking of canola. The canola and the potatoes. The potatoes are a little bit reddish in color to me, where the canola is kind of a dark brown, coconut brown. So,
Well, it's easier for you
looking
to
at
say.
this, field number. Where we at here? Field number.
Yep, you did have to go
That's
into the
barley.
file.
I'm thinking this down here is canola.
I know that you had to go into the files. I just didn't want to do it. At the time, I was trying to be Daggerwin, I guess. Reality is the secret, or whatever he says.
Is that canola? Field number 5. Yeah, I can't. I'm having a hard time telling whether that's canola. I think this is all canola. There may not be sugar beets growing on this map yet, which would be a good thing because I can't afford the equipment anyway. So let's see. We'll have to take a look.
Reality is the key.
Let's
there you
jump on
go.
this other tractor. Let's jump on this one. Get him out of the barn anyway.
This old tractor. There's no cab on it,
Right,
man. It'd be dusty as all hell, wouldn't it?
This is the
And hot.
dairy farm. Okay. So now I know that the field next to the one that we're harvesting is canola.
This tractor sounds like a one-lunger.
So this field right here, that's canola.
I don't know what's on the front of this tractor, but it looks like a Cadillac hood ornament.
So let's go take a look at that field that I questioned. I think it was field number 5, and see what it is. Just curious. See if there's any potatoes.
Yeah, the 3-point thingy. That's what I call it. 3-point whatcha-dinger. Oh, look, there's the farmhouse. I remember that farmhouse. I spent a lot of time at the old farmhouse because I was, bored of farming. In the last episode of this series, and I think I did about 60 or 70 episodes, I can't remember for sure. But in the last episode, I found a mod that made fireworks go off, and I did a finale. It was kind of fun.
And it looks like there's some pretty decent signs on this map to tell you where to go.
Oh, I could tell you where to go. Now, remember this corner, this road here, because...
Whoa! Stay on the road.
If you remember, one of the things I loved about this game was you could actually knock people off the road.
And it's in miles per hour.
And now, if you hit a car, it's like you hit a stone wall or something. But in those days, you could actually...
boots and saddles.
You could actually hit the cars and knock them off the road. I can't even remember if there was an option to turn the traffic off or not.
Interesting.
What's interesting?
Nice little town.
Oh, we're on our tour of Idaho.
Look at field number 5. Some nice old farmhouses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is a fun map.
I'm just full of poop right now.
The other map I've been playing, and I think I probably said this in one of my other Let's Plays, is the Canada map. One of the later versions of the Canada map that's been out for quite a while.
Okay, so this isn't the first recording. I didn't think it was. I did other stuff before Farm Sim, I think. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Canada map I'm talking about is Manchester. And in Manchester, that's where I started playing that stupid, what do they call it? Seasons now. Back then it was something else. God, I can't remember what we called it. Soil conservation or soils management, something like that.
Okay, now this is field number 5, and it does look like potato.
Oh, yeah, that MPK stuff. Oh, jeez. If you think Seasons was complicated.
So we're going to have to save a little money and get a harvester. Now, we don't own this, but I sure like to harvest it.
And yeah, you can't do it in the middle of the daytime. You have to steal it at night. You don't want the farmers coming
Interesting.
after
What
you.
is field number 4? What is that?
Okay, I keep thinking, right here, well, just jump off the tractor or something will pop up and tell you what field. Oh, wait a minute. That's FS19. We didn't have that back then.
Field number 4. Oh, sugar beet. Wait a minute. We've got oats and soybeans.
Wait a minute.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. So we've got soybeans planted.
Okay. I don't remember having oats in the early game. That must have been a mod, right? Huh.
On field 25 and field 39. Oh boy. So we have, is this oats that are planted?
God
Or
only
sugar
knows.
beets.
He ain't talking, and I ain't walking.
I'll have to kind of wait till they ripen, I guess. That must be sugar beets. That does not look like oats.
Doesn't look like sugar beets either.
Oh boy. We're going to have fun.
Where was Bill when we needed him, if this is sugar beet? Oh, remember the icon in the middle of the field? I remember those now. That's how you bought the thing. You had to run out in the middle of the field and try to find that little thing.
Farmers Co-out. Okay, there's a fence. How do we get off this field? Doesn't look like there's a fence here. That's weird. Why have a fence that doesn't go all the way around? Well, I guess it depends whether you're really trying to keep anything in or out.
Why is he talking about depends?
Okay, there's the farm shop. Country living.
Yeah, Scorpion, if you remember. Scorpion says, remember in FS15, they added them into weird places. I remember the video I made where I was in a cornfield running around trying to find one of those. If you remember that, Scorpion?
Tractors and supplies. I think they've done a very good job with this map so far. It's been
Yeah, and I just ran a
interesting.
stop sign.
McDonald's. Go in and get a quick hamburger.
Oh, a pre-made hamburger, maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I don't know, what it would take or what if you'd even want to, but it'd be kind of nice to be able to go in some of these buildings.
Yeah, keep thinking that.
There's the old Santa Fe Boots and Saddle store. Get gasoline.
Was it Nebraska? I don't remember.
Okay, is this place just for show or... Well, there's something here. What is that?
No kidding. Somebody having a milk bath or something? What is that?
Water.
That didn't look like
it's a
water.
water station.
Looked like milk.
Good deal. Fertilizer.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but to the left there's a statue of like a gazelle. Well, why would there be a statue of a gazelle
Let's
in
go to this
Idaho?
side of town. Try to obey some traffic laws.
Oh,
That's
that'd be a
interesting.
first. Obeying the traffic law. Okay, see this Tractor Supply? We just had a new building go up off the highway. And I told Carol, I said, I wonder what they're building there. Last week I drove by and the construction was done. And it's a Farmer Supply building. In our little town. Imagine that.
Oh my.
Oh my.
That's a big place. That must be the repair shop, maybe?
I sound like Sulu.
Seaside shopping. What? Seaside?
Boy.
How do you have seaside shopping in Idaho?
Good question.
Somebody's
We need to find out.
dreaming about the beach.
The public needs to know.
You sell eggs at seaside shopping.
Well,
Must be a grocery store.
no,
A
it's just an
grocery
egg
store.
shop. It's a great big egg shop.
Okay, looks like this just makes a big loop. We're in the residential area.
Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't that
Company-
one? That one that had the stop signs. Was that? Oh hell, I don't
Over
remember
there.
now. I'm thinking Sudhammer or Saxony or something like that. I can't remember which one. There were several of them that had it there at one point.
Bank of the West. This car wash? It certainly is.
Randall says they've got a TSC. I was just surprised because we don't have a lot of farming
It'd
here
be
on the
interesting
coast.
to get a piece of
But they
equipment
must
that
sell
needs to be
other stuff.
cleaned.
I've never been in one.
See how this thing works.
So is it more like a hardware? Ooh, a car wash. Now look, that guy's got fully clothed guy on the side there. If I had a car wash, there would be 2 or 3 girls with hot pants on. Yeah, I know I'm sexist.
That'd be wet, wouldn't it? And it looks big enough for some of the equipment. Trailers. There is one trailer that I use quite often that gets dirty.
Well, you should wash it once in a while. I didn't remember that the cars got dirty in this early game.
And back out of town. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, it looks like a small motel.
Yeah, rent the rooms by the hour. That'll tell you what kind of
Typical for
motel that is.
country life. Little motels like that. Get into a small town.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like an
believe it or
Ace
not, there's
Hardware.
still
That makes
places
sense,
like that.
Randall.
I live close to a small town where the little motel that the little old lady ran like that. People would actually go out on a night on the town, have a little bit too much to drink, and stop at her motel, sleep the night away, and just leave money on the bed with a note
I remember this.
explaining thanks for the room.
I remember this conversation. And it was funny. It's just a little old lady had a motel look just like that. And that's what people would do. They'd not want to drive home after being at the bar, so they'd just pull in this motel, open the door. You didn't need a key. They'd spend the night and then throw some money on the bed when they left. And she never even knew they were there till she went in to look.
It still happens. We got a ball field here. That's all American. Big co-op over there. It's a dead end. So oh no, I guess we can squeeze through. Holy smokes! Little red on red.
I must be going out of my
All
way to
right,
keep
we're
it
back to
family
the start.
friendly back then.
Okay, so let's call this an episode here. It's a good start. Just a quick tour of town. And when we come back, we'll do some more harvesting, sell a few crops, and maybe take a little bit of a drive through the country and look at some of the fields. And as always, if you liked the episode, give it a like. If you really liked it, give us a subscribe. And y'all have a good day.
Y'all. I don't talk like that. Y'all. Okay, hang on. I've got that other video I want to show you. It's very short. And as I mentioned at the first of the live stream, it's going to be a short live stream. I've only got a few minutes left. But This was I explained it earlier. I did an episode where everything went wrong. The equipment wasn't performing correctly. Weird things were happening. And I think I had like 2 combines on a field, and they got mashed together, and one of them was on the back of the other, like dogs do. One of them was on the back of the other, and it was still moving down, and I thought, what the hell's going on? And my wife was sitting there just laughing like crazy, and she said, you need to make a blooper video. Well, I went beyond the blooper video. I actually wrote a little bit of a script, and I don't talk in it. You have to read it. So I will narrate to you as we watch it, but that's what we've got after this here. So let's take a look at that. Have a good day, mate. In the last episode, we saw some strange footage of farm equipment climbing buildings and being destroyed in the fields. Since then, a syndicated television show came to town and did an investigation of the incident. You're about to see what really happened that day. Tonight, in the newest episode of Cops, we're in a small farming community in Idaho, where the local police department recently received a 911 call. And we're going to show you the actual transcripts of the 911 call. Prepare to be shocked. Pretty corny. Hello, 911, help! Someone's stealing my tractor and combine. Now look up in the left, you'll see. You need to hurry, they're getting away. Oh my God, it's my wife. Please hurry, she's gone completely mental. She is upset about me being out late with the farmhands again. I swear, honey, I only had 2 beers. She just threw out my favorite coffee mug. Oh God, she's headed back for my brand new truck. Please, officer, are you almost here? I'm afraid of what she might do next. Oh crap, she's turning around. Oh my God, the humanity. What am I going to tell the insurance company? Please, Lord, help me. She's destroying my crops. I promise to never drink a beer again, I promise. Just please make it stop. Thank you, Lord. I think she's headed home. No, wait. She's turning around. Hey, I drove right through that tree. Officer, where are you? She's coming back. No. This has to be the end. It can't get any worse. I was wrong. It just got worse. I hope my insurance can give me an insanity discount. Because my wife is bat doo-doo crazy. And the end. Okay, so there we go. All that stuff happened in a regular gameplay. And it was mostly course play that was doing that. And it was just, and when I got over there and found that truck I don't know how in the hell he got up there. That was legit. I did not put that truck up there. I don't even know how to do that. Well, now I could take the super strength and throw it up there. But back then, it was course play. right where he was supposed to sell those potatoes. And when I got over there, there's my truck and trailer on top of a building. I have no idea how it got up there. It is really weird. Anyway, there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to end the stream here. This is an experiment. If you guys like it, I can do another one. I guess it might have turned out better than I thought it was going to. But if you had fun, let me know. And I think what I'll do is, if I do more, I'll jump to a different map maybe on 2013. Maybe I'll do some 2015 or 2017 and kind of mix them up a little bit and show you some different old episodes. And I guess I had fun. I hope you did. And hopefully I'll see you on the next live stream. Let me know. Talk to you guys later. Have a good weekend. Have a happy Friday the 13th. I did not know it was Friday the 13th. Anyway, good night, everybody.